Hey everybody, it's Meredith, and recording this video on a Saturday during the day, it's a little bit different. So I actually went somewhere where I thought the lighting was a little bit better. I don't have anything like groundbreaking to share with you. I haven't done my weekly grocery shop, so I don't have any new beauty finds per se. However, I want to give you some updates on some products that I got last week and the week before and how they're working out for me. I'm sure if you haven't watched any of my videos, especially my last two, then you won't know how I really feel about the Hard Candy Eyeshadow Primer and Eyes the Limit. This is a new primer. This primer, I'm in love with it. It mimics the Urban Decay Primer Potion, and once I squeeze it out and show it to you, I mean, does that not look like the original formula? Almost exactly. It performs the same. It covers the same for me. It really holds on to that eyeshadow. If you need something that's long lasting, it's only $4.98 in Canada, so I'm sure it's even less expensive in the States. And they make a smoky eyes version. I think they make another version too, but I have the smoky eyes. This is the one I use most often. Sorry, Urban Decay, but $4.98 trumps the price of the Urban Decay Primer Potion for sure. Pulled the Illamasqua Hydra Veil Primer out of my stash. Had this for quite a while. Illamasqua is one of those brands that just probably doesn't get enough airtime, is I guess what I would say about it. This is kind of like a gel. Can't really see it in the video, but you get this little spatula and you can scoop it out, and it's just a fantastic primer. I know they make one that's a little more mattifying. I have the hydrating one, but it works fantastic as a primer. Now, the other thing that I purchased recently that I did try this week is the Hard Candy Natural Eyes Neutral Eyeshadow Palette. Looks like this. It actually comes with an eyeliner, a brush, a miniature Eyes Limit primer, and these eyeshadows, which look awfully familiar if you've ever had any Too Faced eyeshadows in your life, any palettes. Now, does this perform the same as the Too Faced palettes? No. Is it great? Is it still good for, I think this was $7.98 Canadian for the price? Absolutely. It comes with a little book, which I took out, that talks about the 3 looks you can do. It talks about them back here. These, to me, were a little harder to pick up with a brush than the Too Faced are. Not too bad with blending, but I found with, which was really surprising for me, this last row, I had a lot of trouble. These two, the day and like the evening, I guess, they were great. Would I check it out? Yeah, if you need a neutral palette, you can. But if you have Too Faced already, if you have any of the Urban Decay Naked palettes, you can probably skip this one and be fine. I know they have a smoky eyes one. Not really interested in it. Didn't really care for the colors. They're kind of blues and purples, and I have enough of those. So what I'm going to use this go around this week is something that Kelly, and I don't even think she's on here anymore, Kelly sent me. I think I won one of her giveaways, and it's from Mally. Can't get Mally in Canada. You can get it on the shopping QVC maybe, or home shopping in the States, but it's an eyeshadow palette. This one is called Romantic Brown. It comes with a shadow base, which I don't really use, and then 3 shadows. I happen to love these very much. These are great shadows. Mally is very good at shadows, I'll tell you that. They're soft, they're blendable. These remind me more of Too Faced shadows and Urban Decay shadows than the Hard Candy does. I also pulled Burning Black. It's a Color Infallible by L'Oreal single shadow out of my stash. This is a very interesting color, and I've been using it as a liner just because of that. It almost looks purple, but in camera it's actually showing up to be more red. It kind of reminds me of how a volcano looks when it erupts and the lava's like oozing down and it's that glowing kind of orangey red. This is obviously leaning more red, but it's a really cool color. It's great as a liner if you wanted to do a dramatic look. This too. The Infallible shadows are wonderful. I have a ton and I want to start using them more because they're really great in terms of staying power and blendability, and They're just a great value. Okay, L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Blush in Baby Blossom. This is one of my first L'Oreal blushes, and I happen to love it. It's the everyday essential pink blush. Nothing more to say about that, really. For foundation, I still need to do a foundation blog post about my oil-free foundations, and I'm going to do some drugstore oil-free and some high-end oil-free. This is one of my drugstore picks. It's a CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 foundation and sunscreen, because we all need sunscreen all the time, not just in summer. This is in Buff Beige. This is great foundation. It stays on. And it's a great color match for me. I've got it on today, and I just really enjoy it. I enjoy the texture. I can apply it with a brush. It doesn't get streaky on me. It's fabulous. It really is great. So the other thing that I wanted to tell you about, I don't know, maybe I'm dating myself, but way back when, in the early 90s, late 80s, I used to use Mary Kay, because my mother used Mary Kay, maybe my grandmother used Mary Kay, I don't know. But back then, and they still have it now, they had this kind of kit that was called Satin Hands, and I bet you a lot of you will know what Satin Hands is, but I'll go through it anyway. Basically, it's kind of a three-step process where you wash your hands, then you have an exfoliant, and then you have a mask, like a thick lotion. And lately, I've been concerned about my hands, because hands and your neck are one of the main places that you can really see your aging and the aging process taking place. And I don't know about you, but I'm really trying to slow that down. So I have been putting a lot of emphasis and attention towards my face, but I decided to do the same for my hands. So I decided to kind of recreate the Satin Hands on my own. And what I did was I washed my hands with an antibacterial soap. And then I got out this Jealous Body Scrub, which I did a little piece on my Instagram about and did a blog post about. So this is a coffee grind scrub with coconut oil, brown sugar, and sea salt in it. So what I did was I took a little bit, I wet my hands, and I scrubbed my hands with this Jealous Body Scrub. And I left it on. You're supposed to leave it on your body for 5 to 10 minutes. I left it on my hands for 5 minutes. Rinsed it off. Now, this leaves kind of a layer of moisture on your hands, like an oil. And then I thought, let me add an extra piece to this, because I really need the hydration. Like my hands, the winter, even if you wear gloves, like you can still see it. So I took this rose face mask with soothing rose petals from Fresh, and I put this all over my hands and let it sit for another 5 minutes. Washed it off, put some hand lotion on, and I'll tell you what a huge difference. So I'm going to put my version of Satin Hands back into my skincare routine at least once a week, because it has made such a difference. Like even my my fingertips were so hydrated and smooth, and my skin just feels so nice. So little tip for you, if you have like a really hydrating face mask and you have a nice body scrub, or even if you just take brown sugar and salt and put it on there and scrub it, that's how you make your hands look soft and protect them. And then of course you can use a sunscreen as well. The last thing I want to bring up is, and I'll probably always bring it up, and if you don't want to hear about Origami Owl, you can just click off now. But my website for Origami Owl is live. Now, if you are from the US and you wish to order something from my website, which I will leave in the description box down below, please email me. I will also leave my email address, and I will help you out with that. The reason being is, on the back end, they're still trying to work out the shipping process, and I don't want anybody getting the short end of the stick, so to speak, when it comes to shipping, because that's just not fair. And I think we have a Canadian distributor and a US distributor within this company, and I wouldn't want you to, get screwed over. So that's all. Let me know if you've ever heard of Satin Hands, or what you think of my little discovery, if you've heard of these products, if you have anything else to add. If I haven't watched your video, you can throw that in there too. I'm not going to delete or block you. It's all good. And I hope you had a great week, because I certainly did. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.